All right, how you guys doing today? So I decided that I was going to try something a little bit different. As you can see here, we're going to look at a crypto project called Syntropy or NOIA. I want to let you guys know right now, I tried to do a little bit of reading on this and I almost fell asleep. This looks like a very boring project, but we're going to take a look at it. So it's ranked 116. Has a market cap of 93, almost 100 million. So it's a small market cap, but it's a medium to small market cap. Um, we also have the volume. Look, the volume is not that great. 2 million, 221. And then obviously we have a circulating supply of 321,395,830 NOIA. Very specific number. Okay, and then a max supply of 1 billion. So that's a little weird, but okay. All right, overview. I decided, just to let you guys know, I just wanted to pull up because there's so many cryptocurrency projects out there, right? And I'm going to be looking at projects between zero, well, really, I would say about 15 and like, I don't know, 200 between there. I'm pretty sure that I might do a video on some projects like in the 800s or 900s, but it can get quite daunting and quite boring. So today is Syntropy. Why? I just chose it. So that it is what it is. So let's check this out. So we look at it. We went over the market cap, the volume. Obviously, this isn't something unless you exactly know what it is. You want to be a long-term holder. If you don't know what it is, it's kind of risky with this 24-hour volume. It has gone up, like many things, many cryptocurrency projects. They have been going up. So, yeah, we look at the market dominance. Obviously, 0.01. The market rank is 116. Was really not that bad. Honestly, it's really not that bad. So, all right. So about Syntropy, the technology it's basically excuse me. Let's go here. The top exchanges for trading in Syntropy are currently Uniswap, KuCoin, Nash Exchange. You can find others listed on crypto exchanges. WebPay Center is transforming the public internet into a secure and user-centric internet through a unifying layer where encryption and optimizing performance are built in automatically, enabled for anything and everything connected to it. So our technology is compatible with the current internet infrastructure and its protocols, but it introduces a crucial layer of programmability which allows for the complete utilization of resources. It removes bottlenecks and limitations of the existing system, ensures security and optimization by default, and unlocks greater scalability potential for future technologies and applications. So, we see here, I read all of that, to be honest with you guys, and I don't know exactly what that means. So we're gonna do a little bit more deeper research. I have some things up here, but that'll help us out a little bit. But I'm like, I don't know. Obviously, I do understand what they mean by optimization by default and unlocking greater scalability potential for future technologies and applications. Obviously, if someone wants to improve the internet, which the internet does need to be improved, I guess this is the way to go. And so, our unifying layer enables a diverse ecosystem of applications that ensures integration into all key technology systems. Our native digital asset allows this ecosystem to create its own decentralized economy, one supported by tens of thousands of community members running node infrastructure with developers incentivized to deliver applications and software on top of our network. So, so where to begin with that? We're starting to see that there are many projects. They're all I'm not going to lie, there's a lot of projects that are doing almost the exact same thing as this. This does not compare. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It doesn't compare to Holochain. Obviously, Holochain. I'm not. This isn't a video about Holochain, but you guys know I'm gonna go that direction. But just comparing the technology, basically they're using the internet and making the internet, better and what's the word? A more unclogged internet. And obviously, the more nodes you have, and the more smoother it can run, you're going to have less problems with it on the internet. And I think that's what they're trying to do, is say, hey, you know what? You don't have to worry about things breaking down all the time. What was that? The other day, YouTube and Google, like, just totally, like, it was gone. And, you have to wait until it come up. But obviously, the more nodes that you have, the less chances of that actually happening. And that's with the regular internet, right? Basically, Syntropy Stack is a selection of application and tools with the Syntropy ecosystem. It allows anyone to build and deploy applications with seamlessly optimized for performance and encrypted by default connections. It is compatible across millions of devices and services, including cloud, on-premise, and edge infrastructure. Syntropy Stack gives every developer the power and control to build on our unifying layer. Okay, so remember, well, if you're new to this channel, you probably don't remember, but I talked about before how Holochain has competition. Well, it wasn't really direct competition, but it was like more of a roundabout. Hey, this is a problem, and the United States recognized that um, are going to recognize that companies, excuse me, projects like Holochain are going to be coming up. The reason why I say that is because um, the Chinese government is creating their own blockchain internet, right? So they're creating their own blockchain internet with their own nodes and their own servers. So already we can see that the internet is starting to become more divided. And while this, they call it Syntropy, and we're going to see this later because they said it's connecting everything and everything runs seamlessly. It's not going to happen, not anytime soon. As long as countries are wanting to maintain control, they're not going to give up that power very easily. So I actually hope and pray that a project like this really takes off, because what's going to happen is going to open up a lot of people's eyes, and they're going to be like, well, no, we need to do this. So I'm not going to get Holochain, but anyway, it enables a different layer of the internet, but we're getting with this. So this is like, for any of you that, you guys know I'm a huge anime fan. So if any of you guys know about, Super Saiyan and levels and stuff like that, obviously there's a first level and where his hair turns, and then there's a second level where it becomes more powerful, it's faster, and then there's a third level where he has like super long hair or whatever. And I'm not going to go through all the levels, but basically this right here, we have the internet, and then we have the internet, Super Saiyan internet, and I think that this is that level. And then I also believe that there's another level to that, and then obviously there's another level past that, which I believe that Holochain is that third level. That Super Saiyan SSJ3, Super Saiyan 3, whatever it's called. For some of you, just a reference for some of you guys out there who are Dragon Ball Z fans. But anyway, the point is that what we have here is we're seeing that there's a development, there's a step-by-step development of what's happening. And we can already see, as I stated before, when I talked about Ukraine becoming, picking up stuff. But we can also see from past, it's not just Ukraine, past, in the past, other countries have been interested in blockchain technology, and now they're, especially like Ethereum and stuff like that, and we're starting to see the connections. Countries are starting to take notice, and they're going to be using these technologies that are already out there. They don't really have time to sit here and start all the way back over, create their own technology while other countries are passing them by. So if you have the infrastructure that's already there. You just want to go ahead and incorporate that. But what you want to do is like Ukraine, they're like, hey, we need you to help us with our CBDCs. So okay, so how are we going to help you out? Well, they're going to help them out, but Stellar's going to be like, okay, well, we're going to help you out, but I need you to, we scratch your back, you scratch mine. So that's how this is going to work, and it's the same thing with all of these other programs and systems out there. So with Syntropy, it seems like this is more of a project that a lot of developers will really understand. Like people like me, and I'm just a normal guy. I'm not a professional anything. Like I always say, um, I just see this as an investment. Now, is it a great investment? I don't know. Me personally, I wouldn't put any money into Syntropy, and that's my own personal thing. I don't have anything against it. I think it seems like a great project, but the reason being is because there's so many other projects out there that's kind of sort of doing the same thing. And right now, as it says right here, our native digital asset allows this ecosystem to create its own decentralized economy. While that's wonderful, while that's great, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. And there's going to be a lot of pushback and a lot of growth. Now, I do believe that it's going to happen eventually because there's going to come a point in time where the internet is not going to be run by government. Nothing's going to no connections, no online connections are going to be run by governments or even big organizations. And obviously, since I'm a big Holochain fan, it's possible to have like thousands and thousands of different servers and people running their own, like people running their own internet from someone else's or running their own website or their web hosting from like their next door neighbors or someone nearby in town. So you don't really have to go all the way out there, but that's neither here nor there. When you're looking at projects, you have to look at them step by step and see where they're going to go. And obviously, you have to look at what is the time frame. So going back to this, it says what began as an NOIA network because they were NOIA and then they changed the name to Syntropy. An ambitious effort from a small group of eager individuals eventually evolved into something much larger, Syntropy. Our efforts no longer represent a single project or application. This is a global movement to change the internet for the better, and that is the goal, right? You want to change the internet for the better because what's happening is we have so much news out there, right? We have so much news and so many third parties and everybody's owned by certain news stations and stuff like that. And we have a lot of bias stuff going on. So, before back in the day, when I was in, just to give you guys a quick story, when I was in Afghanistan, I met, some people from Africa, and it was my first time actually talking to like Africans. If that makes any sense to people, like people African, not African Americans, but Africans, like people who are from Africa. Now, they told me about everything, and they were laughing because they were like, they a lot of times in the United States they show us as poor, destitute, like everything else in between, but they're like it's just a normal economy, just like that. Well, why does that happen? Because the information from one area gets to an information and mass distributed to the whatever from to USA or to Russia, China, Australia, whatever, wherever you are. And it's like, really? So we're looking at a lot of there's a lot of the internet has become diluted and polluted, and a lot of companies and a lot of projects are trying to get together and say, how can we make this seamless? How can we make this easier? And that's pretty much the goal. It says uh, Syntropy is developed and managed by world-class network architects and software engineers, guided by a professional executive team and supported by more than a dozen close partners, advisors, and activist investors. Activist investors, I'm going to tell you one thing. The cryptocurrency space right now is somewhat divided. We have people who are Bitcoin maximalists. We have people who are like I don't know, like their XRP maximalists, like the XRP army. You have, people who are like Ethereum is going to be the it factor, especially when Ethereum 2.0 comes out, which won't be out for a couple of years. Which by a couple of years, we're going to have way more technology out that's going to make Ethereum kind of look not that well. So anyway, on the next page here, we have this is from crypto.com, pretty much looking at, what's been going on, pretty much the same thing, 88, 99 million, about uh, 24 hour volume, excuse me, about 320 million. Rank 130. But this is the part that I wanted to read to you guys. NOIA network aims to utilize segment routing, IPv6, and distributed ledger technology to create a global software-defined network (SDN) on the public internet. Distributed ledger technology. How many times have we heard that? Almost in any project, they're always going to say and distributed ledger technology. Like I'm at the point to where it's almost implied. NOIA's programmable internet reportedly allows ISPs, data centers, and individual infrastructure providers to connect to distributed ledgers and sell their infrastructure as internet transit. The NOIA platform aims to be the world's first programmable internet backbone as a service. How should I say this? It's trying to make the internet better, but to be honest with you, I'm going to be very, very honest with everyone here. I absolutely have no idea what would be the purpose of having the coin. I don't. I don't get it. Like, what is this? Um, you have like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. You have other projects out there where you actually have to utilize the coin or the token. I don't see any reason why someone would have to use their coins or token, or what is the purpose of even buying it in the first place. When you're looking at now, I'm not going to say that this is an S coin, but when you look at how things are going, you really need to ask yourself, hey, why am I using this coin? Why am I using this token? Because or why would I want to use this token? Now, for right now, yes, we have people investing in almost anything all the time. Like all the projects, oh man, my project number 500, it went up like 800% in 24 hours, and it's the most amazing project out there ever. And you look at the volume, and the volume is like 3 million, and like somebody puts in like, oh, I'll just throw in 15 million, and then it pumps, and then it dumps, and everything else in between. I'm not saying that this is a pump and dump. I'm not saying that this is a bad a platform, but what I'm saying is that for me personally, I don't see why I would want to even hold any of these coins or tokens or anything else in between. Right now, the goal is to be able to have your own decentralized finance, your own money, right? That's the whole thing. That's why DeFi is becoming popular, and then to be able to own your own stuff. So I really don't understand what is the purpose. Why will we need it? There has to be something there. And I know I'm going in circles, so I apologize, but there has to be something there. I tried to go into the white paper, so I haven't read the white paper. But come on, I'm going to go ahead and read the first part. So it says abstract, barely a day goes by without a news report of some internet infrastructure failure and impacted end users across the internet. There is often nothing affected users can do but wait for the storm to pass and resume when connectivity is restored. And obviously that is the truth. Like, I mean, like I said before, something breaks down, and then we have to sit here and we're like, well, we have to just keep refreshing the page until it goes up again. When the PlayStation Network goes down, because I'm a huge gamer, I have to sit up there and I have to just wait, blah, 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 until, they get it done. But a lot of times they're like, oh, we're experiencing issues, Microsoft is experiencing issues, whatever it is. So yeah, we all know that this is a problem across the world. Segment routing has emerged from the IETF as a source routing RFC that can force network traffic to and then through a predefined sequence of relays called, excuse me, sorry about that, I forgot to put it on silent again, called segment routers. Each segment router replaces the destination address with the address of the next segment to visit on towards the destination. This enables in systems to force traffic along a network path that bypasses area of network degradation. So basically, what they're saying is it's basically a detour for your router. It's basically saying, okay, everything's connected, but if things get connected, that's okay. You can just work around it and you can move on. So obviously, I think this is a great idea. And obviously, there are other projects that are doing this, especially Hollow Chain is working on solving that issue. But that's neither here nor there. It says this paper is divided into two halves. The first half represents a model for inter-provider public segment routing (WAN) that provides hosts, Mac, PC, Linux, with additional paths through the internet. This is done using segment routing across network paths shared by the other connected to the SR1. Blockchain is used as the distributed ledger for providers and consumers of spare compute and bandwidth. The second half of the paper focuses on private ones with commercially operated segment routers operated in well-connected internet collocation centers. Both the public and the private SR1s share a common distributed database of segment available for use or purchase. So I'm not going to read the rest of this, but I just wanted to read the intro part. And this is now, I don't know about the coin. I really don't. I don't even, honestly, personally, I don't even want to know about the coin because I don't really see how it's going to be relevant because there are other there are projects that are specifically for obviously saving and uh, income and transfer of funds and use of currency. So this is specifically geared towards the internet in the improvement of the internet. If this was a company, if this was like a straight up company, I'd be like, yes, I'm investing in this company hands down. Like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because I definitely see that this is something that could help everyone, could help the universe, well, not universe, excuse me, the world. So and obviously have the world run a little bit safer. And obviously we're talking about, it says down here, both the public and private SR1s share a common distributed database of segments available for use of purchase. So this is basically what they're trying to do is they're just basically trying to make the internet safer. They're trying to make the internet more convenient, and they're trying to make the internet more efficient. That this is what it is. So yes, you can continue on reading this if you guys want to. I never do have the things down here. The what do they call it? The I never do post links and anything like that. But as you guys can see up here, what I pretty much did, you can just pretty much go to NOI network. I'm not even going to read this because it's more of a psychological thing, not psychological, a philosophical thing of why NOIA they changed their name to Syntropy, and then obviously it goes on to explain why they did all of that and the philosophy behind it. There's a lot of philosophy behind a lot of crypto projects. There's a lot of crypto projects out there that have a huge following because of their philosophies. Holochain is one of them. Holochain has a huge following because of the fact of their philosophy that's behind the technology. So anyway, that is what I have for you guys today. Syntropy, as you guys can see, and I make it plain. I'm not really much on, um, I'm not really much on looking up every single project and thinking every project is going to work out. But I do realize that there are a lot of projects, even if I'm not invested in it, that are great, that are good projects, that are solid projects. So anyway, you guys take it easy. Thank you very much. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. I know it's a long video, but anytime you're doing research on a project, you want to make sure that you take a look at as much as you possibly can. Obviously, I just scratched the surface of this project. So, anyway, you guys take it easy and stay safe.